Hi, Kinders. In our classes, we've been talking about symbols for social studies. We've been talking about California symbols and American symbols and just symbols in general. So I'm going to read a story about an American symbol, which is the Statue of Liberty, symbol of the United States. So let's read. Now, even though this book has illustrations or drawings, it has real information. So like other nonfiction books, it's got a table of contents, which tells us what the main topics are and what page we can find them on. And it's the table of contents at the beginning of the book. So chapter 1 is a visit to the Statue of Liberty. And so I know that I need to go to page 4 so I can start the story. Okay, so chapter 1, a visit to the Statue of Liberty. Our class is going on a field trip. Mrs. Bolt makes us guess where. What's green and as tall as a 22-story building? She asks. A dinosaur, shouts Elijah. A green skyscraper, guesses Elizabeth. Do you think they're going to go to see a dinosaur? I don't think so. We're going to visit the Statue of Liberty, says Mrs. Bolt. What does liberty mean? Kiara asks. Mrs. Bolt answers, liberty means freedom. So sometimes by a picture there will be a caption, especially in nonfiction books. And the caption tells us a little more about what's in the picture or what's on the page. So this caption says, the Statue of Liberty stands in New York Harbor. Smaller copies of the statue stand in cities around the world, from Paris, France, to Buenos Aires, Argentina, to Fargo, North Dakota. We take a ferry to Liberty Island. A ferry is a type of boat. We meet Ranger Alicia at the flagpole. She teaches visitors about the monument. That's another example of an American symbol, right? The United States symbol is the American flag. It's a symbol of our country. The Statue of Liberty was a gift from France to the United States, she tells us. It was a symbol of friendship. Workers in France spent 9 years building it. A gift? Asks Allie. How would you wrap a present that big? Ranger Alicia says workers took the statue apart and put it in 214 boxes. A ship carried the boxes to New York in 1885. And you see in this picture all the boxes on the ship that the Statue of Liberty came in. And in this box you can see the statue's torch. And this caption says, a symbol is something that stands for something else. The Statue of Liberty stands for freedom. We walk to the front of the Statue of Liberty. The statue sits on a huge base. Ranger Alicia calls it the pedestal. So this is the pedestal, this kind of brown part. And the pedestal is 154 feet tall. The statue is 151 feet tall. Together, they are 305 feet. So 154 for the pedestal and 151 for the rest of the statue. And together, they have about 305 feet. That is as long as 3 football fields. We learned that American workers built the base. A woman named Emma Lazarus wrote a poem about the Statue of Liberty, Ranger Alicia says. Her poem inspired thousands of Americans to donate money to build the pedestal. Then workers put the statue back together on the base. The Statue of Liberty opened to visitors in 1886. And now we're on chapter 2, inside the pedestal. Next we go inside the pedestal. It's like a museum. Oh no, says Ella. Did the torch fall down? Ranger Alicia says, this is the old torch. Workers put up a new torch. So the old torch is inside the pedestal where people can go see when they visit the statue. And there's a new torch that the statue holds today. And she says the new flame is covered in real gold. Lights reflect off the shiny surface. And the caption says, "At night, the flame can be seen out at sea from as far as 12 miles away." That's really far. We look at a copy of the statue's face. The nose is taller than we are. The Statue of Liberty is made of copper, like a penny, Ranger Alicia tells us. So they're standing next to a picture of the statue's face, and the nose was taller than they were, just her nose. "But pennies are brown," says Maria. "The statue looks green." "Right," says Ranger Alicia. "The statue was coppery brown when it was new. Rain, wind, and the sun slowly changed the color to green." So the statue, originally, because it's made of copper, was the color of a penny. But because it sits outside near the ocean, the rain, the wind, and the sun turned it green. Isn't that interesting? The green layer is called a patina. It forms when copper mixes with water and changes into a mineral called malachite. Chapter 3, The Big Climb. Time to go up the stairs. We climb up 156 steps to the top of the pedestal. "My legs are so tired," says Tony. Says sculptor Frederick Augusta Bartholdi designed the statue. A man named Gustave Eiffel built the frame. He is famous for building the Eiffel Tower in Paris. We look up, way up inside of the statue. So that's what the inside of the statue looks like. "You can see the steel frame," points out Ranger Alicia. "The frame is kind of like Lady Liberty's bones. It holds her up." So on the inside of the statue, there's all these metal pieces that keep the statue standing strong so it doesn't fall over or break. "Let's go outside. I can see New York City," Michael shouts. And the caption says, "The statue's full name is Liberty Enlightening the World. People also call it Lady Liberty." Ranger Alicia points out Ellis Island. People who sailed to the United States used to stop there first when they arrived. These new Americans sailed past the statue on their way. It was one of the first things they saw, she says. She seemed to be welcoming them to their new home. So when people came to the United States, they would sail to Liberty Island. And while they were on their way there, they would see Lady Liberty, and it was like she was saying, "Welcome to the United States." "Can we go up to the crown?" Marcus asks. "Not this time," says Mrs. Bolt. "Visitors to the crown need special tickets." Andrea says, "My cousin went up to the crown. She said she was as high as the clouds." Ranger Alicia says there are 377 spiral steps up and then down again. The Statue of Liberty holds a tablet that reads in Roman numerals, which is a different kind of number system. It reads July 4th, 1776, the date of American independence. We climb back down the steps. Our field trip is almost done. "What do we tell Ranger Alicia?" Mrs. Bolt asks. "Thank you, Ranger Alicia," we shout. As we sail away, Mrs. Bolt says, "The Statue of Liberty is a symbol of freedom. What does freedom mean to you?" "Going to the park without my brother," says Sarah. "Eating whatever kind of ice cream I want," Tim says. On the way home, we stop for ice cream. We hold up our cones just like Lady Liberty's torch. And this caption says, about 3.5 million people visit the Statue of Liberty every year. And then, just like the table of contents is at the beginning of the book, there's a glossary at the end of the book. Now, glossary you also see in a lot of nonfiction texts. They have a lot of the really important words that relate to what the text is about. And it tells us what they mean, so that if we're not sure when we're reading, we can go look in the glossary to learn what the word means so we understand what we're reading. So the first word is copper. It's the material that the statue is made of, right? And it's a reddish brown metal. And then it says liberty. Liberty means freedom. A monument is a statue or building that honors a person or an event. So the Statue of Liberty is the example of a monument. The patina is a green layer that collects on the surface of copper or bronze, which is why the statue is green. A pedestal, which is the base that's under the statue. Reflect, to shine back light that hits a surface. Spiral is a winding staircase, and that's how you get up to the top of the statue, is with a spiral staircase. A symbol, that's a really important word for our social studies unit, is something that stands for something else. Like the statue is a symbol of liberty, and the American flag is a symbol of our country. And then tablet is a flat piece of stone, and that's what she's holding, a little tablet. Now, this book also has a really cool activity that shows you how to turn a penny green, just like the Statue of Liberty turned green, because they're made of the same material, right? Copper. So, the Statue of Liberty is made of copper. When it was new, it was the color of a penny. Weather caused its green layer to form over time. You can change pennies to match the Statue of Liberty. So, if you have these materials, you can try it yourself. If not, that's okay. You could try it another time. But if you do, you're going to need a plastic bowl or a glass bowl, half a cup of vinegar, 2 teaspoons of salt, a plastic or wooden spoon, and several pennies, and a paper towel, and paper towels. Now, the first step, what you're going to do first is mix the vinegar and the salt in a bowl with a spoon. So you're going to take half a cup of vinegar and pour it in the bowl, and then mix it with 2 teaspoons of salt. Then you're going to take the pennies that you have and put them inside the bowl. You're going to let them sit for about 10 minutes. Then you're going to use the spoon to take out the pennies and put them on the paper towel so that they can dry. And then you have to wait about an hour, and then you can go and check on the pennies and see if they've turned green like the Statue of Liberty. And remember, that green layer that forms on the pennies is called a patina. So if you have those materials and you're able to do that science experiment, make sure to draw a picture of it using your scientific drawing and your scientific observation skills, and send me your pictures. I want to see them. That's our book on the Statue of Liberty. I hope you learned something new.